The Thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
Hello and welcome to Let's Go Racing. I'm Danny Gibson here with Dick Girardi. We're coming to you from our Parks Racing studio off our Kentucky Derby High. We have a great show for you today. Our very own Bruce Casello followed the Pennsylvania breeders to Churchill Downs with the PA bred Angel of Empire and another PA bred champion Caravel trying to win a big race on Kentucky Oaks Day. Plus Repo Rocks goes to Belmont Park to take his chance in the Westchester. These stories and much more coming up on the show, but let's get right into the Kentucky Derby. I really thought it was an exciting race.
It was an exciting race. It was a crazy week, Danny. I mean, we ended up with 5 scratches, 3 also eligibles. We lost the favorite Derby morning when he didn't jog satisfactorily for the Kentucky State Vet. I've done a lot of derbies. I wrote about it this week on letsgoracingparks.com. I've never seen a Derby week quite like that week.
Yeah, lots of drama, that is for sure, and pretty cool. We were all rallying around the PA bred Angel of Empire that ended up being the post-time favorite.
Right, he became the favorite with a scratch of Forte, so not surprising. I mean, he just kept getting better and better. Obviously, his Arkansas Derby was terrific.
Well, let's jump into it. We're going to talk about the Grade 1 Kentucky Derby. $3 million purse for these 3-year-olds. They go that 1.25 mile distance for the first time. We talked about PA bred Angel of Empire coming from post 14 is our favorite.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I had no problem with the horse being the favorite. Brad Cox, Flavian Pratt, it kept getting better, won the Risen Star, won the Arkansas Derby, came in on a high.
And Tappet Trice is that second choice for Todd Pletcher.
Yeah, Pletcher had 3, and then he ended up with 2 when Forte was scratched, and Tappet Trice, certainly the bloodlines are there, won the Bluegrass, looked good doing it.
Here's the call of the Kentucky Derby.
And Two Phils has taken the lead. Two Phils turns for home in front by 2. Mage is coming down the center. Hit Show is there. Kings Barnes gives way. Angel of Empire with powerful strides down the center of the track, but there's 1 furlong to go. Two Phils fights on, but Mage has taken the lead. Angel of Empires are rallying third. Time is running out to catch Mage. Mage digs down deep, urged onto the wire to win the Derby.
Oh, and turning for home, it was a lot of excitement, but Mage, the lightly raced Mage, gets up for the win for Venezuelan connections. Javier Castellano getting his first Kentucky Derby win.
Yeah, look, major credit to trainer Gustavo Delgado, because I did not like this horse. Not that he didn't have talent, Danny. I thought it was just too much too soon. His Florida Derby was sensational, but I'm thinking horses don't win the Derby unless they're sensational. Coming off just 3 races, not racing as a 2-year-old. Only 1 horse in modern times has done that. Justify was a Triple Crown winner. Big Brad did it with just a 3. I didn't think Mage had it in him. He did. He ran great. Look, our picks ran great too. Two Phils, couldn't have asked for much more. Got a terrific ride, cut the corner, took the lead in the stretch. And it's interesting when you look at all the other 4 horses that were up near the pace, they got beat more than 100 lengths. Two Phils is the only one that survived. And certainly Angel of Empire gave a good account of himself. He came running at the finish. He's not a great turn runner. He just got too far behind. He couldn't keep up with Mage on the turn. Great straightaway runner, but just ran out of space.
Yeah, the run for the Roses, definitely lots of excitement. Here's more on the race.
The horse is very talented. He always gave us that confidence that we had a horse for the Derby. As soon as I started racing 5 furlongs, 6 furlongs, every time we asked him, he was fast. And not just that, horse is very smart. He's quiet, and he's the kind of horse that lets you do what you want with him, not the other way around. And I think that's the best quality of him. Other than that, you can bump him, and he will be right there. You can see his face, full of dirt. I mean, and he kept grinding.
Well, obviously, we're very proud of our PA-bred breeding program, and our very own Bruce Casella went all the way to Louisville with Executive Director Brian Sanfratello, who runs the PA Breeders Association, and Christian Black, who was one of the breeders of Angel of Empire, who ran in the Derby, and he didn't get the roses, but it was certainly a week to remember.
What's it like to be here at Churchill Downs for the big day?
Oh, it's amazing. It's what you dream of when you start this process. So we're just excited being here and happy to share it with I'm happy to share it with Christina, that's been with me for the whole way. So we're just happy.
How's the atmosphere been?
The atmosphere's been amazing. You know, we've been here a couple of mornings and seen Angel of Empire and some of the other contenders, but it's been amazing.
How are you feeling right now about his chances?
No, I think I feel better and better every day the closer we get to it. Yeah, I'm feeling really good about it.
Christina, what's this like for you? You got that beautiful hat on, you look great.
Thank you very much. You know, I love my husband so much, and I love that he's really brought me into the industry, and I get to enjoy the horses back home on the farm, and I love every single foal. I always want to keep all of them, and he says we can't. And yeah, and the fashion is awesome.
Do you remember when this horse was on your property?
I do. I actually went back to my photo memories, and I was at the farm that particular day, yes.
To have a county like Pine Grove sending a horse to the Derby is unbelievable. I spent some time with Christian yesterday and today, and he's really psyched, not only for himself, but for Pennsylvania. It just draws a look at Pennsylvania. We have some fantastic horses here, and it's great to be involved in the Pennsylvania program, especially with the breeding program that we have.
They're in the gates. And they're off in the Kentucky Derby.
Great parade.
Angel of Empire down inside in 16th. Sun Thunder is 17th. Tapit Trice was last.
Yeah, I know. It's okay, he's gonna push him up now.
Derma Sotogake is revving up from the back of the pack, and so too is Mage. Angel of Empire is finding his best stride.
Come on, baby. Here he comes. Coming up on the outside.
Angel of Empire with powerful strides down the center of the track.
Come on! Come on, you beautiful! Come on! Come on!
Two Phil's fights on, but Mage has taken the lead. Angel of Empires are rallying third.
Get him! Get him!
Mage digs down deep, urged onto the wire to win the Derby.
Happy for my friend Ramiro Restrepo. You know, they won. They deserved it today. We'll come back another day, probably to Belmont.
The Kentucky Derby, that's a big honor that we pulled off. Jockey said he got stuck in. He couldn't make his move quite in the right time. And anyway, it is what it is, and we'll move on and figure out our next race.
Well, he certainly gave them lots to be excited for, and I'm really looking forward to hopefully being there in 3 years with my own filly.
That would be nice, yeah. And maybe we see Angel of Empire in the Belmont Stakes, not running into Preakness. Another thought on Two Phil's son of Heartspun, who won the PA Nursery way back in the day, of course, then finished second in the Kentucky Derby behind Street Sense.
Well, lots to love about our PA breds, but we're going to go to our first break, but lots when we come back. We're going to follow some Parks connections that ran in the Kentucky Oaks, and Repo Rocks heads to Belmont Park to run in the Westchester, and more from our Kentucky Derby undercard, all coming up on the other side of this break.
Repo Rocks on the outside, Expressman down at the rail.
Chapman Ford of Horsham is now the #1 volume Ford dealer in the Philadelphia region. There's plenty of reasons why, and it's not just because we have a great selection of new Fords. That helps, but it's mostly because of how much we all take pride in providing the best customer experience, the Chapman experience. Finding your new Ford can still be difficult. If we don't have it in stock, then we'll help you reserve one of our available inbound vehicles, or our order team can help you custom order the exact new Ford you want. We make it easy at Chapman Ford of Horsham, the #1 volume Ford dealer in the Philadelphia region.
Peace and Justice. Lifetime, he sired over 60% winners from starters and nearly 40% two-year-old winners from starters. His runners have won or placed in nearly 40% of their starts, with average earnings per starter well above his stud fee. In 2022, his progeny won at 14 racetracks in 10 states. Peace and Justice, standing at Blackstone Farm, PA.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Well, Kentucky Derby Day was a lot of fun here at Parks as well. We had live racing, a great crowd, and we had our Derby Day starter. It was the 9th race on Saturday. We're going to take a closer look at that, and our favorite was Rough Sea from my buddy Bobby Moscow.
Yeah, Rough Sea was my pick in this race, coming off an 85 buyer, and it was cool that they ran it at 1.25 miles just to get everybody ready 2 hours later for the Derby.
They certainly did, and the second choice was Seiche for trainer Jamie Ness and Ruben Silvera.
Jamie Ness, does he win many races here at Parks?
He certainly does. He's our leading trainer. Here's the call of the Derby Day starter.
On the rail, there's a Storm Bruin to the outside. Rondon Squares just going a little bit better. He has his neck in front as they make their way around the turn, the opening quarter. 24-2. It is now, there's a Storm Bruin who has a little bit of an advantage over Rondon Squares, tracking in second. Then in on the rail, there's Texas Basin right. It's Texas Basin to the outside. In on the rail is Hidden Promise. Then it's back to Johnny Quist, Celtic Treasure, followed by Seiche, and the closer, your favorite, Rough Sea. The half 49 flat as they make their way down the backstretch. Rondon Squares, he is drawn ahead of there's a Storm Bruin in on the rail right to the outside. Texas Basin in between Hidden Promise, then back to Celtic Treasure. The field's getting a little closer here to the outside. Johnny Quist, Seiche moving up, and Rough Sea, he wants to go now. Just about 6 lengths covers this field tip to tail as they make their way down the backstretch. There's a half mile left to go. Rondon Squares in those orange blinkers. He has a length on the inside. There's a Storm Bruin on the outside. Texas Basin beginning to improve. Here comes Rough Sea. Your favorite has been let loose, and he is beginning to pick up some momentum from the back. Rondon Squares. Here's Texas Basin in second on the outside. Rough Sea beginning to make up some ground. Seiche from the back of the pack in those red silks, as well as Celtic Treasure. Those two are getting in gear in tandem as they make their way around the turn. There's a 1/4 mile left to go. Rondon Squares has done all of the heavy lifting, bracing now for the challenge of Texas Basin. Rough Sea has to do a little bit better. He is spinning his wheels a little bit in third. In on the rail, Hidden Promise. They have to get to Rondon Squares, trying to take them gate to wire here. His strides are shortening. He is looking for the wire, but he is fighting on gamely. There's a 16th left to go. It's Rondon Squares. Luis Ocasio is going to get a hat trick today. Rondon Squares gets the win.
And Rondon Scorsese gets the win, and he went gate to wire. He won impressively, and my pick, I'm really proud of that.
9-1 for Danny. I think this is the best pick either of us have given out. Rough Sea, it was a 10-length turnaround from when they ran against each other back in mid-April, but that's horse racing. That stuff happens. Congratulations to Miss Danny.
Yeah, absolutely. And owner-trainer Miguel Rodriguez getting Rondon ready to win. Well, let's jump into our big race with our PA-bred turf sprinter, Caravel. She ran on Kentucky Oaks Day in the $300,000 Unbridled Sydney Stakes. This is 5.5 furlongs on the turf. Keep your eye on the lead on the gray, because we're going to take it from the turn.
Yeah, we're going to take it from the turn and check out our man Brian Sanfratello rooting her up.
As they race for the far turn, and there goes Caravel. Caravel,
come on, girl.
Winner, taking charge as they go into the turn. Opens up 1.5 lengths. Ouvra second on the outside as they make their way around the turn. And right outside of her is Little Jewel.
Come on, girl, hang in there. Let's go.
Miner's Queen and Margie's Kitchen to the outside, and they're into the stretch with Caravel to catch.
All right, you got it. Come on. Get away. Come on. Come on, girl. All right. All right. Come on. Get up. Way to go. All right. Come on. You got it. We got it. All right. Come on, girl. Go, PA.
Congratulations, Caravel. And breeder Lizzie Merriman, we get to see her run quite a bit of horses here at Parks. Her son, McLean Hendricks, has kind of taken over the training, but what a great PA bred.
14 of 22 lifetime, and next they're talking about Royal Ascot for Caravel.
Tyler Gaffleone just suits her perfectly. Well, let's jump to Belmont Park. Repo Rock's head up there to take on Grade 3 Company in the Westchester. He is now going from sprinting to that one-turn mile. It's a $175,000 purse. Really excited to see him. But our favorite is Zandon. You might remember him from Kentucky Derby last year.
Right, and he ran here second in the PA Derby in September. I thought this was a terrible price on this horse. He's never really run a race fast enough to beat Repo Rocks when Repo Rocks is at his best. Wasn't at his best in the Carter, but watch out for Repo Rocks in this heat.
It is Expressman leading here by 3/4 of a length in the opening quarter. 22 and 4/5 seconds. Repo Rocks tracks in second. It's a length and a quarter. Back to Wayburn, who's sitting in third, followed by Unbridled Bomber in a fourth. Zandon is fifth, 5.5 off the lead. Then comes Dr. Ardito, who's down at the rail, and alongside is Bourbon Calling. The half mile was sharp, 45 and 4/5 seconds. Expressman on the inside and Repo Rocks on the outside. Repo Rocks pokes ahead in front. Expressman down at the rail, now running in second. Wayburn is third. Zandon is being asked for more in fourth, 3.5 off the lead. Then Unbridled Bomber and Dr. Ardito with Bourbon Calling. They are at the head of the stretch, 3/4 in 1:10, and it is Repo Rocks with the lead. Zandon is driving up on the outside. Repo Rocks in front with 1/8 of a mile to the finish. Repo Rocks has opened up by 3.5 lengths. Zandon giving chase in second. It is Repo Rocks, a sharp winner of the Westchester.
And Repo Rocks gets the win. You do see a jockey change there. Ruben Silvera, Ruben and Andrew both ride for Jamie quite a bit, and they both have the same agent.
He just smashed him, Danny. 1 by 5, 109 buyer, got 111 buyer back in the toboggan. The showdown on Belmont Stakes Day in the Met Mile. Repo Rocks and Cody's Wish.
That is going to be a good one. Of course, my heart is with Repo Rocks and our Parks connections. Well, let's get to Kentucky Oaks Day, and we have some really fun story for you. We followed Parks Connections, Guy Pastore and his family, who have defining purpose running in the big race for the fillies. Here's more with them.
Wow, what a dream come true. It's been awesome so far. We're here with all our partners. It's like one big family, so it's been great.
This is awesome. I mean, I've been waiting for this, I feel like, since I was a little girl. Like, just seeing the horses, being in the winner's circle, just being around this atmosphere is so awesome.
I think it was 9 years old when I saw my dad go in on his first horse in a partnership. And ever since then, we take weekend trips to the barn, and we go and spend time with the horses, and it just all escalated from there. It seems like just yesterday we were showing up at Parks, cheering on a horse.
Really fun to get to root local connections on, and what a dream come true for Guy and his family.
Yeah, to be in the Oaks, our man Kenny McPeak, and a horse that has a chance on paper.
Absolutely. Well, let's get to the Kentucky Oaks. It's a grade 1 for 3-year-old fillies going in mile and 1/8. Not only do they get to wear the lilies, they get $1.25 million purse, a nice chunk of change. Our favorite is Wet Paint, a deserving favorite for trainer Brad Cox.
Yeah, 3 in a row. Oaklawn won the whole series down there, including the fantasy. Problem here is, Danny, there's very little pace, and she comes from way back.
South Lawn for Norm Cassie. We all know his dad, Mark Cassie, sends out his first Kentucky Oaks starter with South Lawn.
Yeah, good for Norm. He won the Fairgrounds Oaks, looked good doing it, and I wonder how he was feeling as the race got underway.
Here's the call of the Kentucky Oaks.
4 furlongs to go, and it's Flying Connection the leader. Defining Purpose is right there. Darth Vader 3 wide. Mimi Kakushi sent on for speed toward the rail. Pretty Mischievous is 4 wide and looming with 3 furlongs to go. The Alice Look has come off the rail. She's within 3 lengths of the lead as well. South Lawn's under pressure. So too Wet Paint. Gambling Girl's picking it up from the back, but she's forced to go wide as the field hits the top of the stretch. 2 furlongs to go. Pretty Mischievous comes wide off the turn, but she's in front. Flying Connection fights on. Big effort from Darth Vader. The Alice Look is there. Gambling Girl is coming down the center of the track, and Wet Paint is picking through the pack as well. Pretty Mischievous in front by 2. Gambling Girl continues to rally. Gambling Girl trying to catch Pretty Mischievous on the wire. Pretty Mischievous, Gambling Girl. Pretty Mischievous held on.
And Pretty Mischievous gets the win, and Tyler Gaffleone really happy for trainer Brendan Walsh. And if you guys notice, Cal Lynch's son was on the other side of Pretty Mischievous on the shank. He works for Brendan Walsh.
How about that? Very nice. The 14 post wins the Oaks.
Yeah, and I was alive in the Kentucky Oaks Derby double, but then, of course, I did not have
Hey,
beige.
you had a good 24 hours.
Let's get to more races from Churchill Downs. This is on Kentucky Derby Day. It's the Churchill Downs Stakes. It's a Grade 1 going 7 furlongs, $750,000, and our favorite is Cody's Wish with that great story.
Yeah, I haven't seen Cody's Wish since the Breeders' Cup when he had that dramatic win in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. Of course, Cody Dorman, I think everybody knows the story, and he was there again on Saturday.
Yeah, rooting on his favorite horse. Endorsed as our second choice for Mike Maker.
Yeah, Endorsed looked good in his last race. I mean, really good in the Gulfstream Park Mile. Whether he can come back to that is the question.
Here's the Churchill Downs Stakes.
And the opening quarter goes in 22-3. Far turn run. Hear my song. Half length advantage for the far turn. Hoist the Gold is right there, pressing for the lead. They round the far turn 1-2. Sir Alfred James toward the inside. Third. Endorsed is racing fourth. Cody's Wish comes alive on the outside. Sixth and now fifth. And closing in quickly to within 4 lengths of the lead. They're at the quarter pole. Hoist the Gold comes off the turn in front. Wanders to the outside. Cody's Wish is closing. Hear my song down the center as well. 1 furlong to go. Cody's Wish has rocketed past, takes over, and takes off for the wire. Cody's Wish powers past the Twin Spires.
Cody's Wish runs them down. I mean, just every time that horse wins, you got to get a little choked up just knowing all the emotion for the Dorman family.
No question. It's 5 in a row. It couldn't have been more impressive coming off the layoff. You know they're always ready for Bill Mott. Sounds like next, as we said, will be the Met Mile and the showdown with the great Cody's Wish against the great Park Star, Repo Rocks.
That's going to be a good one. Really looking forward to it. We're going to head to a break. When we come back, we have our jockey and trainer of the week, plus more races from Churchill Downs on Kentucky Derby Day and Ion Racing, all coming up.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, and to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Jockey and Trainer of the Week is brought to you by Turning for Home, and Jockey of the Week is apprentice jockey Sophia Vivebs. She had a hat trick here Monday, and she is really making a quick name for herself here.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at Parks, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Woodbine. She's on a run.
That is one determined woman. We're excited to have her. And our Trainer of the Week, congratulations, Jamie Ness.
Yes.
Won the Grade 3 Westchester.
Absolutely. Look out for Repo Rocks.
More races to come at Race Recap for Kentucky Derby Day. And this is the Grade 2 Pat Day Mile, $500,000. And lots of speed in this one-turn mile.
Yeah, lots of speed, but keep an eye on the 9 General Jim for Shug McGahee. He won the Swale, come running at the finish, and Fort Bragg is right there for Tim Yaktine, former Baffert horse, and it's General Jim at the finish. Fort Bragg ran a really good race. This is a little bit of a tip-off on Mage because he ran pretty well in the Florida Derby too.
Yeah, and Luis Saez winning jockey. He knew where to be. The place to be was the wide part of that track, and he was on the best part. Let's jump into the $1 million Grade 1 Turf Classic. Goes the 1.8 distance, and similar connections from Forte. Keep an eye on the number 5, Up to the Mark.
Yeah, Up to the Mark is going to just roll by this entire field in the stretch, and it wasn't a huge consolation, although it's nice to get a Grade 1 for St. Elias and Rapoli and Todd Pletcher, but it wasn't like having the favorite in the Derby.
Yeah, $1 million race though, and Irad with that nice swinging move gets the win. It's time for Ion Racing, and our friends at the New Jersey Shore are back. Monmouth Park is open, and a big day for them.
Yeah, the Long Branch prep for the Haskell, and we have Butchery with 2 really good 3-year-olds, including Didinger and 90% Maddie.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing those run. And Belmont Park, of course, has that Grade 3 Peter Pan and the Grade 1 Man o' War. So good race day today.
Yeah, Peter Pan, a prep for the Belmont Stakes.
Well, we're going to head to another break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about our golf outing, the Flightline halter that we raffled, and Dick and I are going to make you some money previewing a race. Stick around after this break. If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Well, hey there, welcome back to Let's Go Racing. We're going to preview a race from Monday's card coming up. It's going to be our 9th race. This is a starter allowance. They had to start for that $25,000 claiming tag or less, 6.5 furlongs. Since I won last time, I get first pick, so I'm going to go with the outside horse, Emirates Affair, for Bobby Moscow. Now, I'm really lucky because I'm in Kate DeMassey's barn. Bobby's right next to us. I get to see all his horses train, pretty close with Bobby, so I know this horse is poised to run a good race, and she's kind of stuck inside last time. She's going to do a good showing of herself today.
Yeah, great post switch. Love this horse on the outside. Our man Jack Armstrong. That would be my pick, but I don't get to have first pick. Our Uptown Girl for me, Eddie Coletti, and Uptown Charlie Brown. Maybe loosen the lead inside if everything goes right.
I could see that happening, and our Uptown Girl has really developed into a nice horse. Well, we had our golf outing, the PTHA golf outing that benefits Turning for Home, our racehorse retirement program. We are really proud of it. Here's more with our executive director, Jeff Maddie.
What's it take to put on a golf tournament like this for Turning for Home?
You know, it's not much different than getting a horse to the winner's circle. It's a team effort. So Vicky Mangini, Danielle Montgomery, our program administrator for Turning for Home, Danny Gibson, Dick Girardi, Bruce Casella. It's a whole team effort. Our president, Bob Hutt, our board of directors, without everyone, this wouldn't be possible. We look forward to this day every year. I know it's only our 2nd year, but hopefully many, many years to come we can do this event.
Yeah, we are so proud. The golf outing, of course, raised a lot of money for Turning for Home. Really thankful to our sponsors. And we just had great support from our horsemen, our trainers, owners, some of the jockeys. It was a great event with a lot of fun, and we can't wait to do it next year.
2nd annual at Ben Salem Country Club, and more golfers this year than the previous year. And obviously the big thing is raising huge amounts of money for Turning for Home.
Absolutely. We love our Turning for Home. And we did start selling tickets at the golf outing, and we continued to Saturday Kentucky Derby Day, but we raffled off that Flightline halter. So grateful that Bruce Casella, West Point Thoroughbreds, and Lanes End could get that. And we raised over $3,500. That will pay for a horse's surgery, could possibly pay for 2 horses' surgery. So thanks to our Horse of the Year Flightline, and everyone was really excited about it.
And of course, Saturday we had racing here on Derby Day, and they'll be racing here a week from today. Preakness, live racing here at Parks.
So if you miss Derby Day, come out for the Preakness. It was a lot of fun. Come, get your hot dogs, get your family fun, and maybe you'll see Dick and I walking around the track.
You won't see me. I'll be in Baltimore, but you might see you.
You will see me. I'll be here. Well, that wraps it up for this week. Hope you had a great show. We certainly did. Come hang out with us. We're here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for live racing. Post time is still 12:40. Thanks for watching this week on Let's Go Racing.
And they're off. Skippy Longstocking has early speed. We the people from in between horses. Tama's got the lead now. It's Tama in the center of the racetrack, but Tama is drawing away, and Tama with Mike Smith, they win the Bet Parks Pennsylvania Derby.